Hey pros, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So as you guys know, I wanted to do a little revamp on my salon space after I finally got my storefront back after about 4.5 months of literally being in a room with plywood in the front. Well, as you can tell, the storefront is now complete and brand spanking new. So I wanted to do a little pick me up, and I kind of did this as a DIY. So I had the idea to put some planks on the wall, and I also wanted to update the wall around the TV, of course, clean the floor, that kind of stuff. So I actually started by going to Home Depot and getting a couple pieces of plank or plywood pieces that you would traditionally use for like baseboard, spacers, that kind of thing. I wanted to also make this super quick and stain easy, so I bought a can of stain I guess it was called polyurethane or something like that, and I literally just went into the back of the salon area or the plaza and sprayed each individual piece with the spray and allowed it to dry for about an hour. Now, I wanted to give you guys a little laughing moment before we continue on. Someone actually literally parked on top of my planks while they were laying on the ground. I don't know how they didn't see it, but they literally parked their car, rolled over my planks while they were drying, and it required me to go back, pull the planks from under their car, and spray them again. I didn't know who the van belonged to, so I couldn't really go and, tell a person about their self. But I thought that it was the funniest thing, but at the time I was literally pissed off. So I'm laughing at it now, but at that time I literally wanted to flatten all the tires on their vehicle. Insider. Okay. Anyway, I am definitely super tired of this little brown thingy setup that I had. At the time it made a lot of sense. At the time it was within my budget, so I'm thankful for it. You never want to say that you're ungrateful for things, because I'm not ungrateful for any point of my journey as of right now, especially because the fact that I'm still a full-time stylist in the salon, and I'm also a CEO of a brand. I also run multiple YouTube channels. I'm also teaching people how to build their YouTube channels. And to have even a space that I can call my own is nothing short of excitement, amazing. I'm completely and utterly humbled and thankful / grateful, because this could also be a space where I'm standing in someone's salon suite being told what color curtain I could put in the window, how loud I am, how I'm not there enough or something. So, no matter what I have to say about my little pieces of furniture, I just wanted to do a pick-me-up, so I have nothing bad to say about my little pieces of furniture. It's just time to grow up. That's all. I also was extremely tired of looking at this white pole or white thing against the wall where I was running the power cord from my TV. I had to cover this up, and my idea was to add some more greenery to this wall, which I know you guys noticed that my furniture is green, my wall is green. Like, I am all into the peace and tranquility right now, and green is a great color. Green also attracts money if you don't know about colors. I'm also very much into earth tones. I feel like it's just peaceful, tranquility, and it brings happiness and light to the room. So that's another reason why I got my fake grass. My boyfriend talks a lot about my fake grass. He's really disrespectful about my fake grass. He's like, "You're not tired of that green grass?" I'm not. Green grass is nice. Anyway, all I did was get the grass planks on Amazon, which the link to my Amazon store will be in the description box. And it was very cost effective to do this wall. It didn't really take much other than me getting the grass and some staples and a staple gun, and that's all I needed. So you don't even notice that there's staples up there. And it really is just something that I use to, number one, captivate the eye, because you guys are always watching my videos, right? So you're always looking in my background. You're always looking around. And every time I go to watch my own videos, I literally hated how it looked. I also hated that white cord. I had to really just stop and think about it. Like, I hated seeing that white cord run down the wall. And my objective was to paint it yellow or that color of the wall, and I just never got to it. So, my journey now was to cover that cord under the greenery and still make it look nice and neat. Now, of course, I know you see that there's a person over to the right. I'm kind of hanging outside my door. That is the construction workers that are working on the plaza. The plaza is basically getting an entire facelift. And I learned that the plaza that I'm in is actually in a historical district. Like, let me tell you, my location is prime real estate. I am thankful for this location because number one is a historically preserved district. That's number one. Number two is a high traffic area. And even though I don't really do walk-ins, it's ideal. It gets a lot of traffic. It gets a lot of foot traffic. And I don't have to share my space with anyone. I literally have enough space for me. And if I want to have one other person, I can. So that's the great thing about it. Anyhow, once my green grass was done, I started doing my little planks, which was extremely easy. I just literally used my level to space them out. Now, this could also be done with way more plank pieces than I used. But because the wall is already limited in space, I didn't want to add, too much because then it was just going to look overbearing and just look like I had a lot going on. So I did minimal planks, but at the same time, I'm able to go back and do it again and add more should I choose. Now, once I was done doing the planks, it was time to clean up this space. And I went to Walmart and also the Dollar Tree and got a couple items. So it was time for me to really just kind of organize a lot of it. And then I was also cleaning the windows, getting rid of any dust and clutter. Because these windows, even though construction's still going on, I still wanted to make sure that my space looked amazing. I'm not going to say perfect, but amazing for my liking. I also had no numbers over my door, so no one ever knew my address, and they would always walk by and not know that it's my salon. Now, another problem that I kind of have, and I'm not saying it's a problem, is because we have determined or been found to be a historical landmark in a preserved district, I have to go and get a permit to put my vinyl back on my wall, on my windows that actually says my business name. Because they have to approve every single thing that is done to the facade of the building because of the area that we're in. Now, this is something that we just learned about. So now I have to go and pay for a permit to even put words on my door. Now, I did also purchase another ring light. So in total, I have about 6 ring lights. If you're a content creator like me and you're serious about this content creation thing, you will notice that you buy a lot of different pieces because they all serve a different purpose. So I use a lot of ring lights because I'm one of those people where I like the halo look, I like the cleanness, and I like something that doesn't take up a ton of space. Now, once I was done putting up my second ring light for the salon, this is when I just started to sweep up everything. And I kind of had to clean back and forth, because every time I would see something, a lot of people don't understand. ADHD is one of those things where you'll be working on something and then something else will catch your eye, and now you have to stop what you're doing and do what caught your eye. I can't explain it, but if you know, then you know. So I was constantly going back and forth doing things because I'm like, ooh, I need to pick that shirt up. Okay, oh, I need to sweep this. Yeah, but this is in my way. Oh man, these dryers look bad. So it was a constant struggle for me, but I did eventually get it done, and I'm glad to say that I got it done. Now, of course, to finish off any space, your floors are a big part of it. So I just used a little bit of glass cleaner and just got on my hands and knees and cleaned off my mat that I stand on. The mop does not clean the mat thoroughly, so I had to get down there and just do it the old school way. I also put a little bit of wet look polish on my floor when I got done mopping it, because my floor was just nasty, you guys. The construction workers who worked on my unit, they literally had no cares on the God's planet, and they stepped and trampled and brought cement and everything all over my floor, which is why I ended up in litigation with the owners of this plaza, because you are not going to screw over Crystal. Not when I'm paying for something. You're just not. And in business, I want you guys to learn that you take nothing from people, especially for something that you're paying for. So eventually we did come to a resolution, which I'm thankful to God for that. And I'm now just, refreshing my space and making it mine's again. And I love that wet look on the floor. So I went to Home Depot and bought a jug of the wet look polish, which it works on laminate, vinyl, any of those floors, and it leaves the floor nice and shiny. It dries really, really quickly. You can do as many coats as you want. I kind of do one coat, sometimes two, and then I do it like once every 2 to 3 months. Nothing super fancy. I just love the look that it gives the floor. It makes the floor just look very seamless, very polished, very so demure, Don't pay me attention, you guys. Anyway, this is the finished look of my revamp. Now, there is one change that will be made, which I got a new cabinet. It is white. It will go under the TV. It's white and gold. You guys know my favorite colors are gold. And other than that, I got a couple of different accent pieces, like those flowers. I am planning on adding some gold pillows to the front to kind of offset some of the green, but green is my color. And then, every so often I add different accents. Like on the wall, there will be my logo. Like, it's just different little things going to be happening, you guys. But this is my home, my humble abode, my little space. I love my space. I'm thankful. It has literally been a journey in this space, but it is worth every single second. I love where I am. I love what I do. And I thank you guys so much for being a part of that journey. Now, please don't forget to thumbs up, like, and subscribe.